Lieutenant Jack Harmon stood at the observation deck, watching the new recruits file into the Mars Colony Elite Combat Training Facility. His eyes narrowed on the small figure at the end of the line. Cadet Alexis Reeves, the woman who had caused an uproar among the training staff before she even arrived. "That's her?" asked Commander Walsh, stepping beside Jack. "Doesn't look like much." Jack checked his tablet. Test scores off the charts. Strategic thinking, tactical analysis, weapons theory, all perfect. But physical metrics well below requirements. Strength, endurance, speed. She fails every standard. Walsh snorted. "Then why is she here?" "Orders from above. Very above." Jack swiped through classified documents. Someone powerful wants her trained. The recruits formed lines in the main hall as Sergeant Mason Blackwell stalked before them. Blackwell was a legend, 20 years of combat against 3 different alien species. His face was a map of scars, his eyes cold as space. "Welcome to hell," Blackwell announced. "Most of you will fail. Some of you don't belong here at all." His gaze locked on Reeves. Jack watched as Blackwell approached her. The sergeant circled Reeves like a predator. "Cadet Reeves, your file is interesting reading." Blackwell's voice echoed through the hall. Perfect scores in theory, pathetic scores in reality. He turned to the other recruits. "This is what happens when politics interferes with military standards." Reeves stood straight, eyes forward. Her face showed nothing. "Step forward, cadet," Blackwell ordered. She moved with strange precision. Jack noticed it immediately. Something off about her movements. Too controlled. "Attack me," Blackwell commanded. Whispers rippled through the recruits. Blackwell was twice her size, combat-hardened. "Sir, Reeves began. "That's an order, cadet." She moved forward, threw a basic punch. Blackwell caught her arm and flipped her hard onto the metal floor. The sound echoed through the hall. "Pathetic," he spat. "This is what they send us to fight aliens?" Jack watched Reeves rise slowly. Blood trickled from her lip, but her eyes remained empty. Not angry, not humiliated, just calculating. Later that night, Jack reviewed security footage. The barracks showed all recruits asleep, except one bunk was empty. He frowned, switching cameras until he found her. Training room 7. Lights dimmed. Reeves moved through combat forms Jack had never seen. Her body flowed with impossible grace, striking practice dummies with precision that the morning's display had completely hidden. Jack checked her file again. Nothing explained what he was seeing. This wasn't standard military training. This wasn't human movement. He grabbed his access card and headed to the training level. The corridor was silent except for the hum of the air systems. Through the small window in the door, he watched her execute a sequence that defied physics, her body twisting in ways that should break bones. Jack entered the room. "Training hours ended at 2200, cadet." Reeves stopped instantly. Sweat gleamed on her skin, but her breathing was perfectly controlled. "Lieutenant Harmon," she said, "I need extra practice." "That wasn't in any combat manual I've seen." She studied him, head tilted slightly. "No, it wouldn't be." Jack stepped closer. "What are you doing here, Reeves?" "Really?" "Surviving." She moved suddenly, faster than he could track, and stopped with her hand an inch from his throat. "They don't know what I really am." Jack installed hidden cameras in Training Room 7 the next day. For a week, he watched Reeves train each night. Her movements were not human. No one could move that fast or with such precision. He needed answers. He accessed her sealed files using his security clearance. What he found made his blood run cold. Project Chimera. Experimental neural augmentation. Subject: Alexis Reeves, sole survivor of the Titan Colony massacre. The video log showed a younger Reeves, badly wounded, being wheeled into a government facility. Her family, all military, had been killed in the alien attack. The government had used her as a test subject, integrating recovered alien technology with her nervous system. "My God," Jack whispered, scrolling through medical reports. Her spine, brain, and reflexes had all been enhanced with alien tech. She was the first successful human-alien hybrid. The next morning, Jack watched Blackwell push the recruits through combat drills. Reeves failed each standard test, her movements deliberately clumsy and slow. "Pathetic, Reeves," Blackwell shouted. "You're a waste of resources." The other recruits avoided her. No one wanted to partner with the failure. Jack saw the isolation in her eyes, but also something else, a cold calculation, as if she was analyzing everything around her. That night, Jack confronted her in the training room. "I know what you are," he said. Reeves stopped mid-movement. "Then you know why I'm hiding it. The alien tech in your spine, your enhanced nervous system." She nodded. "They wanted a weapon. They got one." She demonstrated a move that bent her arm at an impossible angle. "I can control every muscle fiber independently. I can see micro-expressions. I can predict movement patterns." "Why hide it?" Her eyes hardened. "The last 3 subjects who showed their abilities were dissected for study. I want to serve, not become a lab specimen again." Jack understood. "You need to pass training without revealing what you can do." "Yes. I can help you." Jack stepped forward. "I can teach you how to pass the standard tests without showing your full abilities." For weeks they worked together in secret. Jack taught her how to move like a human soldier, strong but not superhuman. She learned to fail just enough to seem normal, to hide the alien precision in her movements. Meanwhile, Blackwell increased the pressure. He assigned Reeves impossible scenarios, designed to force her to quit. "He knows something's off about me," she told Jack during a late training session. "He suspects, but he can't prove anything," Jack replied. The facility alarm blared suddenly, cutting through their conversation. Red emergency lights flashed. "Attention all personnel," the automated system announced. "Alien forces have attacked Outpost Delta. All combat-ready units prepare for emergency deployment." Jack's tablet lit up with orders. He scanned them quickly, his face grim. "They're considering deploying trainees," he said. "The attack is worse than they're saying." Reeves stood straighter. "This is my chance to prove myself." Jack's tablet pinged with a new message. His face darkened as he read it. "Blackwell has scheduled your final evaluation for tomorrow morning. Before any deployment decision." "That's standard, isn't it?" Reeves asked. Jack showed her the screen. 6 armed instructors against you, full combat parameters." He looked up at her. "These settings are lethal, Reeves. This isn't an evaluation, it's an execution." Jack ran through the corridors toward Commander Walsh's office. His boots echoed on the metal floor as alarms continued to blare about the alien attack. "Sir, you need to stop Blackwell's test," Jack said, bursting into the office. Walsh looked up from his screens. "Lieutenant, we're in the middle of a crisis. Blackwell set lethal parameters for Reeves's evaluation. He's trying to kill her." Walsh frowned. "That's a serious accusation?" "Check the combat room settings yourself." Before Walsh could respond, his communication panel lit up. "Sir, General Harris has arrived to observe the training evaluation." Walsh stood. "The general is here? Now?" Jack felt his stomach drop. With high command present, stopping the test would be impossible. In the combat chamber, Reeves stood alone in the center. 6 instructors surrounded her, each armed with shock batons set to maximum power. One direct hit could stop her heart. The observation deck filled with officers, including General Harris, a stern woman with silver hair who oversaw the Mars defense sector. "What's so special about this cadet?" Harris asked Blackwell. "Nothing, General. That's what I intend to prove." Jack entered the observation deck as the test began. He watched in horror as all 6 instructors attacked Reeves at once. Then everything changed. Reeves moved. Not with the hesitant motions she'd shown in training, but with the fluid, inhuman grace Jack had witnessed in her night sessions. She became a blur of perfect movement. The first instructor swung his baton. Reeves bent backward at an impossible angle. The baton missed her face by millimeters. She grabbed his arm and applied precise pressure. He dropped unconscious. The crowd gasped. The remaining instructors attacked together. Reeves flowed between them like water. Each movement was calculated, each strike precise. She targeted nerve clusters and pressure points with inhuman accuracy. In 43 seconds, all 6 instructors lay on the floor. None had landed a single hit. Each was alive, but incapacitated with injuries that would have been fatal if delivered with slightly more force. Silence filled the observation deck. General Harris leaned forward. "Get her up here. Now." 10 minutes later, Reeves stood before the command staff. Her breathing was normal, as if she hadn't just defeated 6 combat veterans. "Explain yourself, Cadet," Harris demanded. "I am Project Chimera, General. The first successful human-alien neural integration." Blackwell's face twisted with disgust. "You're not human. I am human," Reeves countered. "Enhanced but human. My family died defending Titan Colony. I volunteered for the program to continue their fight." Harris studied her. "Why hide your abilities? Previous subjects were treated as lab specimens, not soldiers. I want to serve." A lieutenant burst into the room. "General, the alien force has breached Mars Colony's outer defenses. They've deployed ground troops." The room erupted in activity. Officers rushed to battle stations. "We need to evacuate key personnel," Walsh said. "No," Harris replied. "We fight." She turned to Reeves. "You want to serve? Now's your chance." Reeves nodded. "I'm ready, General." Alarms screamed as the facility shook from distant explosions. The alien attack had reached them. "Get to the armory," Harris ordered Reeves. "Lieutenant Harmon will brief you on our defenses." As they hurried through the corridors, Jack noticed Reeves suddenly stop. Her head tilted as if listening to something no one else could hear. "What is it?" he asked. "The alien communication frequency. I can sense it through my implants." Her eyes widened. Someone inside the colony is responding to them. Jack's tablet beeped with an alert. He looked down and saw security footage of Sergeant Blackwell entering the colony's main defense control room with a strange device in his hand. "Blackwell," Jack whispered. "He's sabotaging the colony defenses." Jack and Reeves sprinted through the shaking facility. Emergency lights flashed red as explosions rocked the colony. They passed wounded soldiers and panicked civilians heading for the evacuation points. "Defense control is 2 levels down," Jack said, checking his weapon. "If Blackwell disables the shield generators, the whole colony is finished." Reeves moved with focused intensity. "He's been working with them all along. That's why he wanted me gone." They reached a sealed security door. Jack swiped his access card, but the panel flashed red. "Blackwell locked it down," he said. Reeves placed her hand on the control panel. Her eyes unfocused for a moment. The alien tech in her nervous system connected with the colony's systems. The door slid open. "That's new," Jack said. "I'm learning what I can do," she replied. They entered a maintenance tunnel. The sounds of battle grew louder. Energy weapons firing, people screaming, the heavy thud of alien walkers crushing through buildings. "Command, this is Harmon," Jack said into his comm. "We're pursuing a traitor in the defense sector." Static answered him. Then General Harris's voice broke through, filled with urgency. "Command center has been hit. Walsh is dead. Most of senior staff too." Jack exchanged a grim look with Reeves. "Orders, General?" "Stop Blackwell. Save the colony. I'm coordinating what's left of our forces." They reached the central junction when the first aliens appeared. 3 scythers with their blade-like limbs and armored exoskeletons. The aliens moved with terrifying speed toward them. Jack fired his weapon. The energy pulse hit the lead alien but barely slowed it down. "Get back." Reeves pushed Jack aside and faced the aliens. For the first time, Jack saw her unleash her full potential. She moved faster than the aliens, anticipating their attacks before they happened. Her hand struck with precision at weak points in their armor that no normal human could see. The first alien fell, its neural cluster shattered. The second swung a bladed limb at her head. She ducked and drove her fist through a gap in its chest plate. The third managed to slice her arm before she broke its neck with a twisting motion. Blood ran down her arm, but Reeves barely noticed. "We need to hurry." They reached the defense control room to find Blackwell connecting an alien device to the main console. Through the massive viewport, they could see the colony burning. Alien ships descended through the red Martian sky. "Blackwell," Jack called, aiming his weapon. "Step away from the console." Blackwell turned, smiling coldly. Too late, Lieutenant. The shield generators are already failing. Why? Reeves asked. Why betray your own species? Species? Blackwell laughed. The aliens have existed for millions of years. Humans are children playing with technologies they don't understand. He pointed at Reeves. Look at what they did to you, turned you into a monster because they're desperate. I'm not the monster here, she said. Blackwell drew his weapon. Jack fired first, hitting Blackwell in the shoulder. The sergeant stumbled but managed to activate the alien device. The colony's remaining defenses began shutting down. Reeves rushed to the console. I can stop this. She placed her hands on the interface, connecting her neural implants to the system. Her body went rigid as alien code flowed through her. I can access their network, she gasped. I can see everything, their ships, their plans. They're using Mars as a relay point to attack Earth's defense grid. Jack watched in horror as her eyes rolled back. Blood trickled from her nose. Reeves, he shouted. Her body began to convulse. Too much data, she whispered. Their system is overwhelming my implants. She collapsed to the floor, body seizing as alien code flooded her neural network. Behind them, Blackwell laughed weakly. She's trapped now. The alien system will burn out her brain. Jack dragged Reeves away from the console. Her body shook violently, eyes open but unseeing. Blood ran from her nose and ears. Reeves, fight it, he urged. Come back. Blackwell staggered to his feet, clutching his wounded shoulder. The aliens are already inside her head, she's gone. Jack positioned himself between Reeves and Blackwell. Outside the viewport, alien ships descended through Mars' atmosphere. The colony's remaining defenses fired desperately, but they were failing. You don't understand what she is, Jack said, keeping his weapon trained on Blackwell. A failed experiment, Blackwell sneered, just like the others. A squad of alien ground troops appeared in the corridor outside. Jack sealed the door, but they began cutting through. They're coming to finish us, Blackwell said. The strong replace the weak, that's nature. Jack knelt beside Reeves. Her seizures had stopped, but she lay motionless, eyes staring at nothing. He checked her pulse. Weak, but steady. Come on, Reeves. The colony needs you. I need you. The alien cutting tools burned orange through the door's edge. Jack prepared for a last stand, positioning himself to protect Reeves. Suddenly, the alien device on the console sparked and smoked. The colony's emergency light switched from red to blue. Defense systems came back online. Behind him, Reeves gasped and sat up. Reeves? Her eyes opened, glowing with an internal light that wasn't human. Not just Reeves anymore, she said, her voice overlaid with a strange harmonic. I reversed the connection. Instead of them taking me, I took them. She stood, moving with even greater precision than before. The door burst open. 3 aliens rushed in. Reeves met them with impossible speed. She didn't just fight them, she dismantled them. Each movement targeted a specific weakness only she could see. How? Jack asked when the aliens lay broken on the floor. Their network. I'm inside it now. She turned to Blackwell. I see you there too. All your communications, all your betrayals. Blackwell backed away. You don't understand. They can't be defeated. You're wrong. Reeves placed her hand on the console again. The screens filled with alien data, translating into human language. I'm sending their attack plans to Earth defense, their weaknesses, their ship locations. Blackwell lunged at her with a hidden blade. Jack fired, hitting him in the chest. The sergeant fell, dead before he hit the floor. The building shook as explosions rocked the colony. Through the viewport, they watched alien ships suddenly lose power, drifting aimlessly. What did you do? Jack asked. Turned their network against them. Their ships run on the same system they tried to use to invade my mind. The comm system crackled. General Harris's voice came through. Defense Control. This is Harris. Earth fleet just arrived in orbit. The alien forces are retreating. What's your status? We're alive, General, Jack responded. Blackwell is down. Reeves saved the colony. 3 days later, Jack stood with Reeves in the command center. The colony was damaged but standing, Repair crews worked to rebuild while Earth ships patrolled the skies. General Harris approached them. The Joint Chiefs have reviewed your actions. They're creating a special forces unit to combat the alien threat. They want you to lead it, Reeves. Reeves looked at Jack. I'll accept on one condition. Lieutenant Harmon and the survivors from my training squad join me. Harris nodded. Granted. An officer rushed in. General, long-range sensors have detected something at the edge of the system. It's massive, and it's heading this way. The screen showed a vast shape moving toward Mars, larger than any alien vessel they'd seen before. Reeves stepped forward. Her eyes glowed briefly with the alien connection still inside her. This is what I was made for, she said, facing the new threat coming their way.